Snapdeal board meeting that went on for nearly 4-5 hours today, and it was widely expected that they would finally manage to get their investor Nexus to agree on a potential merger with Flipkart. But we heard from our sources a couple of hours back that the board meeting ended with no deal, that it was inconclusive, that for now they haven't been able to get Nexus on board. Remember, it's some of the other board members of Snapdeal include the founders, Kalari's Vanikola, who was the first investor in the company. Now their agreement was secured for the deal long back, nearly a week back. The only spoke in the wheel was Nexus Venture Partners, which owns 10% in Snapdeal, and it also has, importantly, a veto right as far as this agreement is concerned. So it was very crucial to get Nexus to agree before the board agreed on any merger, and only after that can Flipkart undertake any due diligence. But with Nexus not agreeing now, we really have to wait and see how this proceeds over the next few days. But what we know is the deal will happen in some form or shape, that Softbank will again go back to the negotiating table, get Nexus on board. Nexus, from what I understand, wants a big payout of at least $100 million, which means that they would have made a twofold return on their investment, considering they have invested about 40 to 45 million in the last decade. But Softbank is not agreeing to that for now, which is why the deals reached sort of a deadlock for now. But we have to wait and see how this plays out. Even as we speak, Softbank and Nexus are talking, so perhaps over the next few days they will reach an agreement. But on what this deal means for the e-commerce space, we're joined by serial entrepreneur Ganesh on the phone line from Bengaluru. Sir, it was widely expected today that there would be some form of consensus emerging, at least within the Snapdeal board, before they go to Flipkart. That hasn't come through. What does it mean? And will this ultimately go through? Because Softbank seems really keen to achieve a deal of some sort.
Yeah, see, I don't know the specifics of the deal, but the people we are dealing with here, Chandra, are seasoned investors, and board consists obviously of multiple investors who have come to the company at different valuations at different points of time. So in any deal like this, it does happen. It always happens that it becomes a negotiated settlement. So all the parties get in onto the table and discuss whatever is the value that is being paid, how is that going to be split. Normally, in a normal situation, this gets governed by the SSA and SHA, the legal agreements that they have. But a situation like this is not a normal situation. So in this case, it gets into negotiating discussion between parties, and that's not very uncommon. Given the fact that these are seasoned people, I'm sure they will work out a solution amongst ourselves. But given the fact that there are multiple parties, and there will be negotiation and give and take that needs to happen. Hopefully, from the point of view of the ecosystem, I do hope they arrive at a solution that's mutually acceptable.
Right. So, talking about the ecosystem, what is the larger implication for Indian e-commerce, which is why everybody is working so hard on this deal? Will it trigger consolidation? What will it mean? Or will it mean a revival in deals? Because, now you have Kalari, Nexus totally distracted with Snapdeal and Flipkart. Will they then start opening their purse strings to fund other startups?
No, I think we are overstating this gloom and doom and depression about consolidation and all of that. See, if you look at the fact that despite all the hullabaloo, Flipkart did manage to raise serious money from seasoned investors at more than $10 billion of valuation. Whether it was lower than the previous round and all that is a matter of academics, but the fact is that you have a company from India which has started 10 years back in the e-commerce space, more than $10 billion. Even the level of transactions we are doing and the valuation, whether it's a billion, 1.6 billion, 2 billion, it's a phenomenal success story. So I don't think there's anything negative about the Flipkart fundraise, even at a lower valuation or at a Snapdeal consolidation. All of that is par for the game. I don't think there's any really loser here. Okay, right? You have had entrepreneurs coming in, starting companies, raising money, lots of money, doing transactions, real transactions and doing that. So I think all of that is positive. What should not happen is a complete shutdown and write-off, which I don't think they're looking at. I'm sure all the people will look forward to some kind of a negotiated settlement that will be a win-win for everybody. And I think it's a great outcome if this kind of a consolidation happens.
Right. So finally, before I let you go, is this deal most crucial to perhaps Softbank? I mean, if you look at the India bets, a lot of them seem to be struggling. But you know, getting a stake in India's biggest e-commerce marketplace, so are the stakes highest for perhaps Softbank here, which is why they will maybe go a step further and get Nexus to agree, because Softbank really has a lot at stake here, doesn't it?
No, I think it's unfair to single out one person. Everybody has got a lot of stake. Nexus has had a great run and it's a great investor run by a very solid team of investors. And so is true with Kalari, so is true with Softbank. So I think everybody has got equal stake. Everybody wants to win. And the nature of the game is that in every deal you will not win. Some deals you will make mega returns. Softbank has got great success in China and had huge success, okay, right? So there will be deals in which they will make multiple money. There will be deals that they will not make money. It's part of the game. I think we sensationalize too much, whether it's housing.com or others. And that is true for any venture capital investor. So everybody has got a lot of stake, not just Softbank. And everybody wants to win. And there will be cases where you get multi-baggers. There will be cases where you just get your money back with some decent returns. There will be cases which you write off. That's the nature of the venture capital industry. I think that's par for the course. I don't think I would single out that Softbank will be more desperate vis-a-vis other investors to close the deal.
Right. Final set of questions. So, you mentioned that this will have positive outcomes for everyone. But won't it be a huge distraction for Flipkart at a time when Amazon is sort of inching closer in terms of percentage points? There's, less than 10 percentage point difference in market share between the two. And integrating Snapdeal is not going to be easy considering the scale at which Snapdeal was operating. And, it's primarily based in Gurgaon versus Flipkart based in Bengaluru. So is this going to be a big distraction? And do you think that it's being done only to secure a big strategic investor in the form of Softbank?
No, I think you've got a point there. Obviously, I don't know what the internal story is, but looking at it from outside, the deal like this would make sense only if it comes with a lot of primary infusion of capital into Flipkart. Okay, right? So that is why you're talking about valuations, whatever is being bandied about, being much lower than the last round of valuation for Snapdeal. It will make sense for Flipkart only if it comes with primary capital being infused by Softbank and getting an investor like Softbank into the cap table, which is willing to put a lot more money. Okay, right? It's not a distraction, but it will make sense only for this, because I don't think they are going to continue. They would continue with the technology platform. You can't have two technology platforms. So to that extent, it will be a full and complete replication of what is being done already at Flipkart. Their technology is what would survive. I don't know whether it makes sense to have two brands or keep it. We have seen that thing play out in Ola and Taxi for sure. So there clearly is reasons why they would do it would be with getting a strong investor, deep pocket investor like Softbank into the cap table, and also currently get money into the company. I don't think it's a distraction. It's a considered call based on it makes sense to get Softbank on board. But the cost of it is to take Snapdeal into the fold and handle all the challenges or what you call as distractions into the deal.
Right. Final question before I let you go, sir. Increasingly, it seems like, the battle for the India market is being fought between an American company, a Chinese company, and a Japanese investor. Does that make you sad at some level that it's, not an Indian corporate that's going out there and spending cash, because a lot of Indian corporates are flush with cash, but that's not being deployed here. Does that make you sad at one level that it's now become three different countries battling for the India pie?
It doesn't make me sad at all. If you are able to get capital into India from anybody, whether from US, China, or even from Mars or any other planet, I welcome it. Ultimately, this money is coming into India. The consumers are benefiting in India, getting discounts and getting great service and getting deals. The employees are being in India. It is providing employment to thousands and thousands of people. I think it's a great outcome. Why would I be sad? I'm actually delighted. If you can get even from other planets some more money, it's in any currency, it's welcome as long as it's coming into India, being spent in India, benefiting Indian consumers, benefiting Indian employees, increasing the amount of money flow into the company. It's extremely welcome. I don't think we should worry too much about color of the money and who is doing it and all of that stuff. That actually is a wasteful discussion. I don't think we should worry about it at all. They are not controlling it. They are spending it here. They are not taking it out. Look at what British did to India through the East India Company. They took our wealth away. Here they are bringing wealth back. I think it's a great opportunity for us to capitalize on it, benefit Indian consumers, benefiting Indian economy, benefiting Indian employees to create jobs and wealth here.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much. I don't know about Mars. Maybe we'll have to leave that to Elon Musk, to get wealth back from Mars. But on that note, thank you so much for joining us, and hopefully we'll be hearing more from you over the next few days, because this is a developing story, the Flipkart Snapdeal merger, and the key to that really is the board approval from Snapdeal that hasn't come through.